Hello, my name is Nimi Akinkugbe. I'm the CEO of Bestman Games, the African distributor of customized editions of Monopoly, and you're watching On the Money. So we have the distribution rights to create Monopoly editions for 48 African countries. Before Bestman Games, I was a banker for 23 years. First at Stanbic IBTC as the head of private banking, and then I moved to Barclays Wealth and Investment Management as the regional director for West Africa. Some of my most proud personal achievements, it sounds cliche, but my children are probably my proudest achievement. They're sort of hardworking, accomplished, kind, generous, thoughtful. I think I'm really proud of them. But another one is, during my banking career, I realized that many people had no understanding about managing their personal finances. So I started writing a column about 18 years ago. And I found it really helped people. So people would come up to me and say that, oh, just reading those nuggets changed their financial lives. And I found that really fulfilling, that just those little pieces could have such an impact on people's lives and their families. We're all talking about Nigeria being in recession. It's official, we're in recession. My thoughts about that: how did we get here? When you're dependent on one major source of income, even in your private life, if anything affects that source of income, you're in trouble. But it's temporary. So this is where we find ourselves now. The cost of living has skyrocketed, the devaluation of the naira, there's unemployment. Now, these are major issues affecting every single household. But I also find that when I go into events and people are talking about the doom, the gloom, where we find ourselves, I quickly take myself out of the situation, because I find that when you dwell on the negative, you lose sight of the incredible opportunities that are right there. So you find in the world's greatest recessions, depressions, billionaires will emerge. So it's about who are those people that are there, prepared to seize these opportunities. And we are just the land of opportunity. I really believe that. I've seen some of the new technology, the young people who are in the tech space, in agriculture, in manufacturing. There is so much to do. But are you prepared? If you are just there and opportunities just pass you by, it's of no use. So how can you be prepared? Do you have any personal financial management? Are you disciplined? What is your network like? Who do you hang around with? These are all the little things that matter if you're to take advantage of opportunities. Who are your friends? Are they ambitious, motivated people? Or are they people that are just not doing a whole lot? Are you focused? What are you good at? I believe every single one of us has a God-given talent that if only we would find out what it is and invest in it, nurture it, and share it. You know, what solution can you provide? There are so many problems, but who's going to find the solution? It's got to be somebody who's there waiting to take advantage of this time. So I think if we keep dwelling on the recession and the negative, then we'll miss out on all these things. And there's so much going to happen. I feel very, very excited about the future. We're an entrepreneurial populace. We have an amazing consumer-driven market. So if you have a fantastic product, you market it properly and provide the right customer service, people are going to want it. So I think we should dwell more on the opportunity rather than the recession and the threats. Given the current recession, a lot of people ask me, what can we do? Where are the opportunities? I don't know what to do, and especially when you've lost your job and so on. But I really always go back to, what are you passionate about? What are you good at? Don't look for something that someone else is doing because they're good at it. What are you good at? In fact, recently I was at the University of Lagos addressing some students there, and I went around the room and I asked them, what did you study and what is your passion? And it was so revealing. An engineering student is very, very good at catering. A dental student was a great MC. There was a young lady who has just got herself a bit of equipment, and all her classmates that want to print, or she just set up a small business center on campus. Everyone needs to photocopy, everyone needs to file. There's somebody that was really good in the economics department who does all her colleagues' business plans. Now, many of them are doing these things for free. and could actually begin to start to earn with them. What are you good at? Can you sing? Can you dance? Can you sew? Are you good with sports? Are you good at public speaking? There's so many things, and people have just got to be able to find out what it is, create a service around it, and solve a problem. Everybody in the campus was looking to photocopy something. So of course, in fact, one of them was saying that he was dreading leaving campus because he had a thriving business. Another opportunity that a young lady had was with Asoebi, which is a huge cultural phenomenon here where we all want to wear a similar outfit to a major event. So she's on campus and she will provide this service in 24 hours. So she's got a booming business. She's already started hiring other tailors. There was a young man who's a gifted guitarist. He plays at bands at weekends off campus, and he's now started teaching on campus. So these are little ways. But you'd be surprised. Oh, there was another one. He's a young man, couldn't find a job, started a waiting service. But when you hire him as a waiter, he's absolutely excellent, neat, tidy, polite to your guests. He's now got a thriving business with 12 waiters. He was an undergraduate. So the thing is not to just sit there and wait for things to happen or opportunities to come to you. It's to look for what that gap is, what problem you can solve, what service you can provide, and really focus on that client service. People want to have the best service. And it's about being very knowledgeable about what you're doing. So I'm a musician. So apart from my training as being a banker and so on, I have a passion for music and I'm a pianist. But I didn't just leave it as a pianist. I took it to the highest level and got a diploma in piano teaching. So using your talent and investing in your talent makes it possible for you to monetize it at some point. Okay, it's so important that we all look for these opportunities. I'm a gardener, so I have a garden. I love planting things. I love growing things, and every day I put 2 images of my flowers on Instagram, just for fun. But a major hotel called me to say, would I do their garden? I was silly. I just said, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. What I should have done was to have partnered with someone who could have done that and done their garden for them. But it's just those things. You have to be online. It's so important. If you fail to be online, on social media, and I'm not saying talking about your personal life or anything like that, but whatever skill you have, nobody knows about it unless you're out there. And it's from being out there, people see this and contact you. So many businesses are being contacted just from their online presence. It makes it so easy because you can't afford the billboards, you can't afford the adverts. But if you just have a presence online on one of the platforms or more, you could do business that way as well. So it's about being confident, being authentic, and seizing opportunities. Don't let them keep going by. Too many people are leaving opportunities to go by, and it's so annoying because they have the talent, they have the skill. It's just about having the energy, the passion, and the drive. A lot of what I've been doing, especially with my banking and wealth management career, has been about trying to educate the public about their personal finances. I think it involves every single aspect of your life. Having a child, getting married, getting a job, buying your first car, paying your rent, your first home, your business, your retirement, your legacy. Everything you do, almost every major decision you make has to do with money. Unfortunately, it's not taught in school. So people have got to make a decision to try to improve their finances on their own. And if you're financially literate, if you understand the basics of budgeting, of saving, of planning, of investing, it's quite extraordinary what you can achieve. And particularly for young people, you have the advantage of time. So imagine if you're able to start investing in your teens from your vacation jobs and internships. It's fantastic what you can achieve. And when I look at some of the young people now who are investing, you can see already they have money to start a business, to start growing, building a family and building a business. So it all comes down to saving and investing. And it helps the country as well. Financial literacy is a critical thing for a country. If your citizens are empowered, it It puts less pressure on the government because they can just be there to do what they're supposed to do, create an enabling environment whilst we get on with the private sector and get things going. So it's so important. And as far as financial inclusion is concerned, it's sad to find that almost 70% of our nationals are not banked. So financial inclusion is to get people who are not banked into the system without being formally in the financial system. How do you save? How do you invest? How do you make payments? How do you do transfers? It's so almost impossible for you to grow your business or grow your wealth when you don't have any formal system in place. And of course, the country has such remote areas. We've got to find a way of bringing everybody in, and that's why mobile money is brilliant. The internet, there's so much that can be done, and these are spaces with huge opportunities for people to do if they can get people to have access to finance and to banking. So there's just so much to do.